It's Wendy, man. The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What you're here are about to witness the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house. Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen from west to east. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate to brag.
Ain't nobody.
It is phenomenal. Like the queen. Right here.
Who the world is this? So much drama.
From yo block to yo block. I heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? So much this.
Again and again. Wendy Williams, bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you. The winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad to be here with you guys today. We got company during Advice Hour. We got 2 DR periods. First of all, Dr. Ronnie from the Martha's Vineyard Detox Diet will be back in the studio. Today, I want to ask her about colonics because, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly. None of my doctors get colonics. So what's the deal, you know? And you guys sent in a bunch of faxes yesterday with questions for Dr. Ronnie when she was here yesterday. So we'll answer those questions today. Also, Dr. Desiree Clark, already a friend to the show. She's been here before and she's coming back today to get some clarification for everybody concerning STDs because it seems to be a big topic here on the show. I mean, you know, you all always have a lot of questions, so we'll get some clarification. And we'll talk about the celebrities, the Sharon Stones, the Little Kims, the Mos Defs. You know what I mean? You see where we're going with this, don't you? Okay, so the phone lines are open. 866-GET-WENDY. It is what it is, people. It's the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I love you for listening. So what's going on around here? Well, today's the first day that we're on the radio in New Orleans. So a big shout out to Wild Wheezy, whose show comes on before mine. And welcome WQUE, otherwise known as Q93, #1 for hip hop and R&B. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience, New Orleans. I got to tell you something. Hang on, honey. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Because a toe is a toe, and a booty is a booty. And how you do it? All right. Anyway, everyone, yeah, you know, Dr. Desiree Clark is coming on the show today, which, you know, the doctor is, I love her because she's a 30-something, busy, working, she has her practice, she understands the art of the drop it like it's hot. I mean, she's a married woman, but by virtue of her being, you know, many of our ages, you know, she's a young woman. Even though she's a doctor, she understands what we're going through out here. You know what I'm saying? In the minefield of being single. All the screwery going on, all the STDs being passed around. And so what I like about Dr. Desiree Clark is that we can speak to her like a girlfriend, and she can give it to us straight with an MD background in girlfriend terms. So if you have any questions for Dr. Desiree Clark, feel free to send in your faxes, and I'll make sure to save them for her when she visits the show. And my fax number is 866 Wendy Fax. Oh, yeah, Q93. Everything is toll-free. So it's toll-free for the 866 Wendy fax, and then it's 866 Get Wendy for the telephone calls. Everybody else is already, we're here, but you're new. So it's going to take you a moment to understand. There's going to be a lot of hate going on in New Orleans. I understand. There might be some instant love, a little connection. That would be fabulous. Please don't judge right away, even though we are the most judgmental group you could ever imagine here. I am judgmental, you all, but I ask of you, just give us a chance. Hello?
Wendy?
Yes?
How are you?
Well?
Oh, I was saying hi.
I'm doing well.
Oh, that's good.
Got a little something in my mouth. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Just wanted to tell you I'm a big fan of the show. I'm really glad that I'm trying to be quiet because I'm at work, got to be discreet.
Oh, well, I'm glad you listen.
Oh, yeah. You put a smile on my face during the day, so that's good.
Thank you.
My question is, I'm trying to find a side hustle because I make good money, but, do you have any ideas?
I don't know. You know what? Check with some of these people who sell like lingerie on the side. They have the lingerie parties. I mean, I don't see any money in any of that stuff, but I swear there's so many people that sell candles on the side. Why don't you just go for something that's already established, like telemarketing? I know. Geez. Mary Kay Cosmetics?
My mom does that.
How does she like it?
She kind of fell off with it.
It's too much work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work.
Why don't you take a part-time job doing something that you love to do, like retail, where you can get 20% off?
Sounds good. I'm still looking for something a little different, but
yeah.
All right. Well, it's good talking to you, though.
Well, take care.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye. I stumbled because I got ready to tell her, party promoting, but that is a lot of work. That'll start eating into her time for her regular job. Yeah, everybody needs more than one job these days, though. I understand that. Hello.
Oh, my God, Wendy. Hi.
Oh, my God.
Hello. Hi, this is Courtney Miller. I called about a month ago.
You are the black guy
who's totally into white guys like Josh Hartnett
yes.
and Orlando Bloom.
I totally remember you, Courtney.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I was wondering, did you see Ashton's new show last night on the WB?
No, how was it?
Awesome. It totally rocks. It's called Beauty and the Geek.
Yes.
And it totally rocks.
All right, explain the premise, because, I was at the comedy club last night.
Oh, that's right.
And didn't get a chance.
At the Laugh Factory, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay, 7 geeks and 7 bimbos, right? Okay, they pair them up in teams. One team is like one bimbo and one geek. And then they have to do stuff like... the bimbos have a spelling bee.
Courtney, I find you much more fascinating than the Ashton Kutcher show.
Okay.
So, who do you look like who's famous?
like my friends, Caitlin and Amber, they always say I look like the guy on CSI, the light-skinned black guy.
Is that the guy with the blue eyes?
Yeah, he used to be on that old show that Lisa Bonet used to be on.
Damn, I can't even think.
Oh, I forgot his name, but anyway, he used to be married to Rashamba.
So, do you remotely put on any of this voice of yours? I mean, is this a put on?
No, why?
I was just
I'm the one that grew up in Brookline, outside of Boston.
Yeah, I know. It's just so over the top. Your delivery is so strong, Jay.
God. Hey, do you remember Lisa Canning from Entertainment Tonight?
Yes.
She's back on TV.
What is she doing?
She's on that ballroom dancing show.
Shut up.
Yeah, it was on last night with the New Kids on the Block dude.
Yeah, Joey McIntyre's on that show.
Yeah, but Lisa Canning is totally like us. You, me, Rachel True, Aisha Tyler, Tracy Bingham, we're all in the same tribe.
What is our tribe?
Like we're fabulous. We grew up in the burbs. Like that.
Oh, Courtney, I love you.
Yeah.
You are so confused.
Oh, come on.
I got to go to another call.
Okay.
I always love our chats.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my God. And Hollywood is in here practically vomiting. Art just reused his lipstick with chapstick, but he's rolling his eyes the whole time. Hello.
Hey, Miss Wendy, how you doing?
Hi.
What was I going to ask you? Okay, yesterday during the Gangsta Hour, like around 6:25, you started reading this fact, and then you had the nerve to go to break 2 minutes later. Do you remember what it was about?
Yes, I came back out of the break and I finished it.
I missed it. I had to go to church. Can you tell me what happened real quick?
I don't even remember. I put that information where? Back there. And then I go home. And then I clear my mental palate for a whole new day of radio. Here we are. You know what? You can count on Hollywood to put that somewhere in a best of show one day.
Good. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Miss Wendy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, that bonus hour, that gets them every time. It's a 4-hour radio show, as I tell you guys, but there is a 5th hour that I do exclusively here in New York, which in the perfect world of my radio crime bosses, you would know nothing about the 5th hour, except many of you listen online and hear the 5th hour anyway. I'll just tell you what the 5th hour is. It's no music, not even music beds. It's just talk, and it's fabulous. It's a great way to unwind from the 4-hour show, and then I go home or out for dinner or something. Anyway, everybody, how much time do I have left on the break? Oh, I have good time left. All right. So I was talking with you guys about Little Kim yesterday, and I was telling you guys that she is shopping for a reality series. And I mentioned it towards the end of the show. So the crowd that's here right now, you probably didn't hear me say it, but maybe you've heard. She is shopping for a reality series. And I couldn't. Originally yesterday, they said that she's been having the cameras follow her right now while she's awaiting, the court date and to find out whether she'll go to jail or not. And I said, well, the better reality series would be from, starting at the court date, where she goes in, the verdict is, guilty with 5 years parole or probation. And then the reality show starts at that point. Well, it turns out, I have a little snippet here. It says, Little Kim is reportedly pitching a reality show about her future life on parole. So, see, she's doing what I thought she should do. No, because I don't care about the life right now. What I care about is life after the verdict. And give us 6 episodes, Kim. As you get back in the studio, whatever. If you're not going to do any jail time, you virtually be free to do anything you want except for chief. And I guess, when you're on parole, do you have to check every time you want to travel outside of the country? How come everybody gets offered Orbitz but me? Can I have a piece of Orbitz?
I figured you were on the radio.
No, we're at home.
What it is?
It is what it is. I love the Orbitz gum. My favorite flavor is the bubble gum, but I love them all. Delightful. But I think that this is the best thing that Kim could be doing. And there's a great life for her on the other side of the ankle bracelet or whatever. 90 days in jail or, whatever's going to happen. Oh, by the way, shout out to all the seniors. Don't forget to apply to Trump University. That certainly is another place that you can. There's something ultra cheesy about that. I don't mind Donald Trump water. I don't mind Donald Trump the Apprentice. I don't mind Trump on every name from Vegas to, New York and back. But he's planning an online university called Trump University. Where did you graduate? Trump University. All right, you guys. Keep it here.
It's Wendy, man.
My boss came into my office, and he basically brushed up against me with his penis.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how should I handle that situation?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
It's today's hottest scent around. It's climbing the charts faster than a lumberjack in the overtime finals of the Pine Forest Climb-Off. It's Pine Sol, throwing your nose a breath of fresh air, causing a sparkle in your home. Uncap a bottle and get the mop wet. And experience the scent that's been lighting up nose hairs for the past 75 years. It's Pine Sol, baby, the powerful scent of clean.
Oh, I wish
What would you wish to do if you won the Wienermobile for a day?
I take all my friends and have a big parade.
I'll take that lean, mean weenie machine to a tailgate party.
Tell us and your wish could be granted. Check out OscarMayer.com for details. For fun you can't find anywhere else, you can count on Oscar. No purchase necessary. Open only to U.S. residents. Void where prohibited. For details, visit OscarMayer.com or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Ride of Your Life request. P.O. Box 5418, Blair, Nebraska, 68009 by July 1st, 2005. Ends July 28, 2005. Many will enter. Few will win.
Taking care of your health is important, but it can be expensive. I know a lot of you out there have some trouble paying for your prescriptions, especially when you don't have prescription coverage. Well, the good folks at Walgreens and Together RX Access have a solution for you. Sign up for the new Together RX Access card at Walgreens, and you could start saving 25 to 40% and sometimes more on over 275 brand name prescriptions, including Lipitor, Allegra, and Nexium. Together RX Access even helps you save money on diabetic supplies and on many generic prescriptions too. If you have no prescription coverage, you may qualify for Together RX. Certain income limitations apply. Discounts do vary by drug and pharmacy location. Go by your neighborhood Walgreens today and pick up an application for your Together RX Access card. Walgreens, the pharmacy America trusts.
Presents.
All right. Oh, God. I've been moving so slow today. It's 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B Classic Soul in the Wendy Williams Experience. Boy, did I tie one on last night at the club. The Laugh Factory. Ugh, I woke up swinging this morning like, what? A 9:30 hair appointment and the sun's not out. What? Oh, boy. Alas, shout out to Salon Santa Cruz, everybody working over there on Madison Avenue. Thank you very much. I slept in the chair the whole time. It's like the one person that I can go and I can trust that I can go to sleep, and when I wake up, you know, there's no hack job done. She takes care of my natural hair, the hair underneath all the hair. Anyway, but shout out to everybody who was at the Laugh Factory last night. We had a fabulous time. We celebrated Capone's birthday. The cast from his play that he's in, the Harlem Coffee Shop, they were there. They came on stage and, you know, almost made him cry. You know, behind all the laughter, there's tears of a clown. You know how the comedians, they've got a legendary reputation of being very, very sad people. Capone. And you almost let your sad side slip out last night. But alas, you were funny as hell as usual. And a shout out to everybody who made it out to the club. We did have a wonderful time. And now let me let you know what's going on with WBLS, because you know we're always out and about. Don't forget Mark Jordan tomorrow night is hosting up at Lounge 42 in Mount Vernon. Then that takes care of Friday. Oh, and Saturday, we're in Queens for the Affinity Health Plan Free Summer Kids Expo. And the expo's purpose is to promote healthy kids. And it's just going to be a wonderful day. The weather's supposed to be lovely in Jamaica on Saturday. And Bob Lee is going to be out there as well in St. Albans Park. So there's something for you to do. If you're cheap and you're looking for something to do tonight, why not go to the Shadow Nightclub? It's adult. It's free on Thursday. Today's Thursday. And it's free on Thursdays. 23 and older for the ladies. 25 and older for the gentlemen. Shout out to everybody at the Shadow. It's one of the longest, legendary, one of the longest running nightclubs in the whole tri-state area. So that says something about the way they conduct their business. The Shadow doors are wide open tonight. They're free. And don't forget, tomorrow night at the Shadow, they've got Carl Thomas on the Big Shadow stage, as they call it. It's so funny how they call it that. The Big Shadow stage. Or is it the Legendary Shadow stage? Something or another. Anyway, they got a name for the stage. And Carl Thomas is on that stage tomorrow night. Anyway, everybody. Okay, so the phones are open as usual. Tri-State, New York. I got a surprise for you today on the bonus hour. Now, I normally don't take guests on the bonus hour, but this guest's plane is not going to be landing until bonus hour time. So, therefore, this guest will not be heard by everybody else, but there's always a best of show for the rest. But for us, we've got company during the bonus hour today. I'm not going to tell you who, but trust and believe. This guest fits perfectly into the experience format because he truly believes a toe is a toe.
boy.
Oh, you guys don't know. Let me write down his name. Watch how impressed my guys are. They don't even know.
I do know.
Well, I'm not talking to you then. Hold on, I'm writing. Watch how impressed Hollywood is.
I'm not really surprised. I saw him earlier here today.
Oh, all right. Then so well, then he is here, and then his plane's not here, and so why isn't he here for the full show? He must be doing TV. All right, everybody. Anyway, keep it where you got it. It's the Wendy Williams Experience on 107.5 WBLS.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
The first page of this fax got cut off, but listen to the rest of it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Wendy, my son was giving my husband a professional.
She's the big one, Elizabeth. Come here, Elizabeth. How you doing?
I'm gay, I'm a homo, I like guys. I'm gay, I'm a homo, I like guys. I'm gay, I'm a homo, I like guys.
I'm going home. I've had it.
It's a day, it's a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Hey now, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. So, you know, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are really out and loose with their mess. Apparently, they have been spotted. I have no idea where the village of Fulmer is, but they say it's a sleepy little English village. And there's a pub there called the Black Horse Pub. And I'm reading my new Life and Style magazine. Love that magazine. Shout out to everybody over there. I love how you all put it down. And you're cheap, too. Just $1.99. Anyway, here's what one of the people at the pub said. They were holding hands and kissing. They seemed very much in love. Say. He's going to break her heart, though. He's all wide open, and she knows exactly what she's doing. Oh, well. Dear Wendy, I was in Vegas this past weekend, and Alicia Keys was performing, and Faith opened up for her. Oh, Faith, that's a good look. I like to hear that they're on the same bill. Anyway, Pam goes on to say in her fax, the dark-skinned girl from 702 was Faith's background singer, and the crowd really got... The crowd was really mixed, but the audience gave Faith no love. Not even our people. I'm listening in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I'm from the Bronx, and I never miss your show. Please shout out to my man Vincent Sanchez, who works in the Bronx, and my people at the ACS in the Bronx. That's from Pam. Thank you, Pam. Wow. Let me see. Vegas, Faith. Why wouldn't they be giving her love? I don't get it. I don't get that. You guys, there is a book out, and I'm dying to get this book, and it's limited edition, and I have no idea how to get it, but it's for charity. Apparently, the president of Jimmy Choo, the shoe handbag company, her name is Tamara Mellon, and, she, like the rest of us, has been hearing about the plight of women and children in Africa with AIDS. It's all over the news and whatnot. So as opposed to her hooking up with, hosting just another charity luncheon or charity auction or something like that for monetary gain to send over there to Africa, she decided to team up with Cartier, and they have this glossy book out featuring... And how do I get this book? I have no idea. I would love to have this book. It's a coffee table book featuring 44 well-known women wearing nothing but Jimmy Choo shoes and Cartier jewelry. Isn't that fabulous? Wouldn't you just love to have that at your house? And how much is the book? Like, I'd buy it. Can you get it at the Barnes & Nobles? The book is called 4 Inches. By the way, I mean, you know, if you're interested in running out to get it, and just know that the proceeds will be going over to Africa for the women and children suffering with AIDS. I have no idea who a lot of the famous people are in the book because they said 44, but I can tell you this. The Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, participated in the book. Christina Aguilera and Kate Moss, as well as Sophia Dahl. So that's all. And you know, just from that list alone, and, you know, knowing that the proceeds are going, and I bet you it's probably a beautiful book to have her on your coffee table at home. It's fabulous. It's like, well, does anybody besides me feel like fall is going to be here any second? So why buy another damn thing for this season? It's like if you don't already have it, don't buy it. All the fashion magazines are showing all the same fall stuff. It seems like last fall all over again. They haven't suggested tucking anything away that was from last fall. Fur is still huge. The designers are throwing fur on everything. But it seems as though the only one who's really going through it is Jennifer Lopez with her sweet face. Are you guys going to be watching? All right, there are 2 new shows on HBO. And originally, I didn't want to support Lisa Kudrow's project because she led us astray into believing that she was going to be producing a show, a sitcom, which was going to star Aisha Tyler, who I don't know, but she's a loose acquaintance of mine in my head. Not quite a friend, but a loose acquaintance. And so because she just left Aisha high and dry, I said, all right, you know, I'm not going to support Kudrow. But actually, her show looks like it's going to be pretty funny. And, you know, her show is called The Comeback. And she plays the main character named Valerie Cherish. She was the it girl on TV. Now it's a different story, so she's trying to do her comeback. And it premieres on HBO this Sunday at 9:30. And then there's something else on HBO that I really want to watch from Marky Mark and a bunch of punks, Wahlberg. And he's the executive producer of the show called Entourage. Have you heard about this? The tagline of the show is fame, it's more fun with your friends. And it's a comedy.
No, it's not.
They say it's a comedy.
It's the second season.
Is it?
It's old. Yeah, I watch it all the
Oh,
time.
I've never seen that before.
It's hot, yeah.
I've never even seen ads for it. It's a good show?
Real good.
All right. Well, am I too late? Because I hate to come in the middle of something.
It's on reruns now.
It's on reruns now, so I can catch up now. Okay, good. Well, anyway, the season premiere of that is Sunday also. I don't know. I've just been so disgusted with HBO since they dropped, you know, so Sex and the City's gone and Sopranos has been stiffing us. You know, when I watch HBO during the Gangsta Hour, like, you know, between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. when, you know, all the sex stuff is going on, all that action. You know, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I get back in the bed, and I change the channel to HBO, and I love myself back to sleep. I say, change the channel, because I sleep with the TV on. The TV is my friend. As soon as I get in the house, I turn the TV on. I turn the TV on in rooms just so that when I walk through, I can glance at something. You know? I love it. Anyway, I think that Sharon Stone looks stunning with the weave. Do you? Have you seen the pictures? I think she looks terrific. She finally unloaded that house that she shared with that ex-husband of hers. And now Jennifer Lopez is selling her Miami Beach house. Did you guys hear about this? For $11 million. Well, apparently it has 8 bedrooms, 11 fireplaces, a pool, and a dock. And she's planning on moving into a $10 million penthouse just up the street nearby with her husband, Mark Anthony. So look, this is the game plan. Next hour's Advice Hour. Dr. Ronnie's going to come back in, the creator of the Martha's Vineyard diet. I want to ask her about colonics. And then in the next break, we're going to talk to Dr. Desiree Clark about STDs, okay? Advice Hour's coming up next. Keep it here.
It's Wendy, man.
I got slayed so well. Made me do things I don't even do to my husband.
Oh, my God! The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Vaughn Harper. Relax with me weeknights at our new time, 7 p.m. to midnight on The Quiet Storm, as I promise to give you a musical massage right here on 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and classic soul.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Wendy Williams and Young Dirty Bastard.
With all due respect, Miss Cherry, and there's plenty of women out there like that. You sound like one of those mothers who doesn't let your boy be a man and take on a new family. Because his new family, Miss Cherry, you lived here's his family.
Yeah, he has.
I'm talking about when Dirty was alive.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I understand Miss Cherry, kind of stepping up, but not really. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we just wish that she would be more of a grandmother to the children.
Kids,
she don't call them or anything.
Kids, how do you feel about Miss Cherry? Come on, Young Dirt. Young Dirt ready.
Yeah, Young Dirty definitely ready. And she's real stupid right now. Man, if she was right here, I'd beat this out of her.
Oh!
I'll tell you right there.
Your grandmother?
Yeah, my grandma. She ain't no grandma to me, so put it that way. Ooh. This is Young Dirt Dog talking. Get him.
Young Dirt Dog's no liar.
I guess they're going through their emotions, and this is how they feel. There's nothing that came from me. This is what she showed them.
Got him. This is it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through the speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Man, that Young Dirt Dog, he's going to hell just for making that statement alone. You know what I'm saying? I know there's two sides to every story, but every time I listen to it, and you know what? I'm probably going to hell for not erasing that. I just can't. I just got to play it. And shout out to everybody listening on Q93 in New Orleans. I know this is you all's first day with the Wendy Williams experience. It is what it is, and this is how it's going down. So I hope you enjoy the show. It's Advice Hour now, though. And I want to welcome to the studio Dr. Desiree Clark. Welcome back to the studio. Very nice to have you here. Have a seat. Turn the mic around. We got to talk STDs. Did they give you a heads up? We were going to talk about STDs. Yes. You look springtime lovely.
I'm trying to force the spring to come in.
Yeah, no, you look wonderful. What is it, bronzer? Did you go on a vacation?
Did not go on vacation.
What brand do you use?
NARS, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that the darkest one? Do they have a darker?
This one is called Casino. I don't know if it's the darkest.
It looks really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And she's wearing a chartreuse pantsuit, and I love your bag.
Thank you.
You are very well appointed,
Thanks
doctor.
a lot.
So let's talk about STDs. Now, I'm having a little breakout right here. I'm getting very conscious. People looking at my face. Art, did you notice? Did you notice what was going on here?
Not till you showed it to me.
Yeah, it's like a rash.
Okay.
And a current affair is coming in tonight. And so they said to me, exactly, in the office, they say, Wendy, a current affair wants to talk to you about Christian Slater. I said, well, and I'm thinking about the breakout. But then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't have the luxury.
First of all, you could hardly see it. You look good. And I can tell you lost weight. Can I say that?
Thank you.
I mean, my goodness. You look
I'm slumping
really
in my posture
good.
right now. Yeah. Thank you, doctor. All right, let's talk about STDs. Mm-hmm. Now, redo the stats on herpes. And I ask you to do this to make people feel better who have herpes, who've just been diagnosed. There's so many people out there scared, Doc.
A lot of people have it, and that is the kind of thing I try to reinforce to patients, that they're not dirty, they're not, there's nothing really wrong with them. That It's just so prevalent, and, if you date, if you kiss someone, you can get it. So it's not necessarily even your sexual practices that are a factor. About, some studies say somewhere between 40 and 70% of people have either herpes 1 or herpes 2.
Now, what is herpes 1?
Well, herpes, there are just two types of viruses you can have, either in the oral or genital area.
Okay.
But herpes 1 is more commonly found in the oral area, which is the kind that you get from kissing others, typically.
Now, what was that mess that we all saw above Katie Holmes' mouth? What did that look like to you? Did you see it in the newspaper?
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Doctor.
You know what? It's hard to say. Did she have like an ulcerated lesion over her lip?
a hot mess. So I hate that phrase, but it was all up here and around, down in her lips and all like that. It just looked a mess.
That's unfortunate. Maybe that might be a primary outbreak. In other words, she may have just recently
it from Tom?
got exposed to it, and she needs to get on some Valtrex right away to make that go away. Which is the other thing. It's very easily treated, and if you know you have it, if you feel like it's even coming on, if you start medication right away, it can actually even prevent you from getting an outbreak or speed up the healing if you actually do already have one.
Now, Doc, in terms of when people tell other people that they have an STD, now I know you're not a shrink,
right,
and you're not a relationship expert, but you are the doctor,
yes.
and we often talk, and I get it on the Advice Hour. Sure. Wendy, I have herpes. When do I tell? Yesterday, I read a letter from a woman who she had been digging this guy for like 3 months. They've really been feeling each other. They really wanted to take it to the next level. They start making out on her couch. She starts taking off her clothes and his clothes. She's so hot for him.
Right.
He says, wait, I have something to tell you. He stands up and tells her, look, I have herpes.
Right. She freaked out.
She freaked out, kicked him out, cursed him out, got
well,
on
clearly
her.
that's a bad time to tell someone you have anything.
And when you're actually making... Well, she asked, can I get it from you? Because they were making out. And so he said, yes, but I don't have any open stores right now.
Exactly. With that, back to the first question about when to tell people, I think, to be conscious or just to do the right thing, you need to tell people that you have infection if you had something that they might get. I think it depends on how serious you think the relationship might get. Certainly this is a personal decision, but it is the kind of thing that even when I tell people they've gotten it, that they worry, now what am I supposed to do? Am I condemned? You're not a condemned person. This isn't a life-threatening problem.
For some reason I don't even think that herpes... and then we're going to move to the other STDs. While having an STD is not like a badge of honor,
right?
It's not going to kill you. It doesn't seem like something that you have to join a herpes support group to find your dates.
Enough is that I actually have a few patients that went on like a herpes party or something like that. Went to a herpes party to meet other people with herpes because it's so hard to talk about STDs in general. And I think it's fine to say wait until you know that you're going to be serious, because actually if you have something even in the oral cavity, it could be herpes. If you kiss someone, you can give it to them.
That's right.
So depends on how serious you think the relationship is going to be. If you're going to have any contact with their bodily fluids or their mucous membranes, the mouth or genital area, you might want to let them know that you have anything. You can get herpes on your hands too.
Shut up!
It is painful.
Shut up! How do you get that?
People get herpes on their fingers
by petting,
under their nails. Exactly.
What?
And it's very painful. And so people need to tell people if you're going to have any sexual contact or oral contact with another person. If you have a viral illness like herpes, you need to let them know. All
right, give us the verbiage, and then we're going to move on to other STDs.
Sure.
How do you? So you meet this guy, you're really feeling him. I'm the guy, so you be the girl. Tell me.
I would say, one of the things you want to do is tell them. I tell patients, the studies show that if you take Valtrex daily, which is just one of the medications that treats herpes infections, if you take that one tablet a day, you actually can prevent people or reduce the chances of your exposing someone to herpes.
So then you don't have to tell them. You just secretly take your pills.
But just because nothing's 100%, and you know how we always like to cover ourselves, we don't like to say, you definitely won't give it to someone else if you take it daily. But that's known to be helpful.
And then your liver is shot by the time you're 52.
No, actually, Valtrex is pretty safe, and it's something that we even use in pregnancy.
Okay.
That it's pretty safe.
Okay.
And if they take it daily, they actually can prevent or reduce the chances of exposing
STDs and the vaginal canal, the birth canal.
Sure.
If you have herpes, can you vaginally deliver?
It depends. So in the 9th month, after 36 weeks, we usually recommend that our patients take something like acyclovir or Valtrex daily to try to prevent them from having an outbreak. And if they don't have an outbreak at the time of either breaking their water or going into labor, they actually can have a vaginal birth. The studies show that it's safe. It's safe to do that. Certainly if they have a sore, and they say if the sore is on the outside, sort of like in the groin area where you can cover it up with an occlusive dressing, they actually can have a vaginal birth. So there's a good chance you can have a vaginal birth. People think, oh, now I'm going to need a C-section.
What are some of the symptoms of? Do you have burning urine, herpes?
Ooh, the first time you get it, it's really bad usually. And in the terms of how widespread it tends to be, people, they break out into a very violent, large, sore rash that actually stops them from urinating because it's painful. You know how when, like, if you have a cut and touches water, it burns. It burns because the urine irritates the sore areas and things like that. And they often come in and say, I have this irritation, I don't know what it is. And oftentimes it is herpes. It's not just a bad yeast infection.
So if the outbreak is really bad down there, it must be gruesome, like the Katie Holmes look on your mouth.
That's why I think it might be the first time. Because typically people have the, the little cold sore in the corner of the mouth.
Yes.
And it's no big deal. But if it's big, it's going up like in her nasal area.
Yes, did you see the pictures of her?
No, I didn't see it, but that's why I've seen that, and that's herpes, and that might be her initial exposure, a sign of her initial exposure. I don't want to, I haven't seen her, I don't know her or anything. But
what's new on the AIDS front? Any new medications? Any new breakthroughs?
There's a lot of new medications and combinations of medications that are out, and we know a lot more about it these days in terms of trying to prevent babies from being born with it from mothers who have it. Yeah. We know that condoms actually are helpful in trying to prevent you from transmitting it, but they're not 100%. So, with that being said, taking your medication is really going to be the most important thing. I know people that actually are in relationships with people who have HIV, and one has it and one doesn't. And if the partner takes their HIV medications, they actually can reduce their viral loads, they call it, to zero, their counts to like nearly zero, undetectable levels. And then they're not likely then to transmit it to their partners.
And all this medication is paid for by insurance and whatnot?
Often it is, yeah. In most cases it is. And
still the medical field is saying that the way that you spread AIDS, the way that you get AIDS is through blood and sexual contact.
Yes.
And now let's review. What about saliva? I always like to review this stuff, you guys.
Typically, the answer is no. So if you inadvertently use someone's toothbrush, or you kiss someone,
or somebody spits in your drink at the club, they're trying to do you in.
It's supposed to be no. The AIDS, HIV virus is very fragile, and apparently the enzymes in the saliva and what have you don't allow for it to live there long.
That little spot on the toilet seat that you maybe didn't wipe up, but you felt it on your wet behind.
That's why I'm teaching my daughter to be neurotic.
Yes.
If she goes into the bathroom, she knows not to sit ever unless we're at home, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think we need to just teach our girls and ourselves to do the same kind of thing. Never sit on a public toilet if you can help it. I know people that actually have gotten herpes that way, actually.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. And so, yes, you can get things from the toilet.
All right, stop. How do you get herpes from the public toilet if the dot of urine is resting underneath my right thigh?
You know what? It's not even that. It's because they were sitting and their sore areas touched the surface of the toilet.
Like if you were wearing thongs for like 30 days in a row and the top of your butt crack is now
out.
Girls, have you ever had that, doctor, between me and you? You wear a thong. I know you're a sexy woman. Have you ever had the meat break back there just a bit? It's just a bit irritating.
Raw, exactly.
Right, and then you sit down on the toilet, and then that butt crack part is and then that's where you get the what?
I've seen that, and I've seen patients whose boyfriend have herpes like on their butt somewhere, because it can be anywhere down there.
Okay.
And where he sits on the toilet, she's got it on the same spot, and so you can get it that way. It's true.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's scary.
STD. Gosh, I just wanted to talk about uncircumcised men for just a moment in terms of them making sure that they clean themselves.
Yes. I think, the studies show that actually if they clean themselves well, there's no difference really between a circumcised guy and an uncircumcised guy. There were a few studies that said that perhaps that they might give their partners more yeast infections and things like that.
Well, then there's a problem, doctor.
But, a yeast infection you can get even if you're not sexually active. It's the kind of thing where just everyone has yeast on their bodies.
Her name is Dr. Desiree Clark. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Watch you eat each other, feed off of your face, get another woman up, hire a hooker, get some coke.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
He is Dr. Michael Jones. He happens to be a client of this radio station. And I said, you know what? Sometimes I get some of my best action from the sponsors here at the radio station. Like I listen and then I'm like, what am I going to do? I think I'll try Dr. Michael Jones. I hear him advertise on the radio station. Let me give him a whirl. I'll give you his address if you're interested. I mean, you know, I'm not saying use him, but I'm just saying, you know, because you should interview and feel comfortable with who you want to feel comfortable with surgical procedures. And he's a board-certified plastic surgeon. He does everything from the boobs to the nose jobs. This procedure that I'm getting done happens to be very small, but his office is very well appointed. I find he has a very nice bedside manner, and I'm using him. Today for something small, tomorrow perhaps for something big. He's on East 61st Street between Lexington and Park. And I'll give you his telephone number, even though it's in directory assistance. I'll give you a moment to get a pencil and paper. All right, moment's up. 212-223-0716. 212-223-0716. And oh, hell, tell him Wendy Williams sent you. I don't say that very often because usually that'll get you the worst as opposed to the best. But the doctor's so busy in surgery, I don't even think he knows exactly what all's doing here on the show. So therefore, I feel as though, you know, if you say, tell him Wendy sent you, he'd be like, oh, that delightful woman with the, you know, with the big ear holes, as opposed to that big mouth bitch. You know what I mean? It's Dr. Michael Jones, everybody. Part of the WBLS advertising family. Hey, who wants to go see Plantanos and Collard Greens? This play, for what it's worth, is getting good reviews. It's a play that answers the question, or should I say asks, hey, Jim, how's everything doing? Everything's nice up there at the transmitter? Radio station's been sounding very lovely.
Great. Well, that credit goes to our new chief engineer.
Yes, Paul Sanchez. A.K.A. Dirty Sanchez. That's a little joke here on this show. You know, Paul and I, Jim, go way back. Yeah. Paul was the engineer when I was at Shot 97. And now he's over here with us.
How you doing?
Make sure things get done.
Great.
I like that. How are you getting along? You getting along swimmingly?
Oh, very well. He had worked here a number of years ago.
Oh.
And he was great when he was here earlier also. Yeah.
The engineering pool is very small. I mean, a lot of you all work, you know, from one station to the next.
Oh, the engineering, what did you say?
The engineering pool.
Pool,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the good ones.
It's relatively small.
Small. You go from one station to the next, to the next, to the next. And you all seem to get along better than a lot of the jocks from one station to the next, to the next. I find that. I saw Jim over here the other day. The young engineer. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, he was standing with Sanchez. I remember him from Shot, too. I think he's still working there.
Oh, yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
And I was like, look at him over here fraternizing with his engineering cohorts.
Well, it's a different kind of frame of reference. It's not like everybody's kind of in it together.
Yes.
So.
It's always nice speaking with you,
Same
sir.
here. Thank you.
All right. It's Jim Weiner. King of all engineers. Plantanos and collard greens. Does love survive between blacks and Latinos? Well, it's returning to New York on June 6th at the Florence Gould Hall. And it's on 59th Street between Park and Madison. So I encourage you to get on the phone right now. And the number is 866-GET-WENDY. And you can win these passes now. There's too many microphones on in the room. I feel like I'm talking through every single mic in the whole... Yeah, there. That's better. We had Jimbo's mic on when he walked in the room. All right. Caller number 10 wins those passes now for Plantanos and collard greens. And we're going to continue with Advice Hour. Dr. Ronnie, the inventor of the Martha's Vineyard detox diet, is coming in. I want to ask her specifically questions from you guys, faxes. You're very interested in this. I also want to find out about colonics with the doctor. And we have the results of yesterday's poll question. Would you continue dating someone after you've discovered they were dating a member of your family? And so we'll continue with all that and more on the Wendy Williams Experience right here on 107.5 WBLS.